Greetings from George Mason University Libraries. This short tutorial is going to show you how to use our wonderful industry and market research tools through the Mason Library Resources. I'm Joanne Henson. I'm the Business and Economics Librarian for Mason. You can reach me at jhenson3@gmu.edu, and I hope that you'll reach out. Let me help you with your research. I'm here to help you. So before I go further, I am going to have slides for these two videos. There's a video, this one, Industry and Marketing, and the other is Company Research. And I'll be providing the slides to your professor. You can get those to have the links. So the video is going to just give you an introduction to our library resources, articles, and databases. And we're going to review the research guides, look at industry and marketing specific resources. So also there is this slide that I kept from the company tutorial that shows you the recommended databases for company research. You can go through these and get an idea. For more in-depth coverage of these, though, you want to be sure and see my company research presentation. So always when we're using the library, you start with a library homepage, which is library.gmu.edu. And then from this page, when we're looking for articles or reports, any type of specialized research that's not a book, basically, we're going to go into the databases. So give you an idea of the way that the databases are arranged. These are going to come up by subject area, so you could browse through the ones that say business and economics. Once you know the ones that you want, you can go to them directly here alphabetically, and hopefully after you watch this tutorial you'll have a good idea that you're going to want to go to things like Intel, obviously click on M, and Factiva will be F, and so on. You get the idea. So this is really just to help you to remember that you can go straight to these resources through the library homepage. So I pulled just a few of the highly recommended business databases that we use for research in business and economics, and you can run through this list and get an idea of some good places to find articles. This is primarily what this list is about. And when we're looking for articles for business and economics, again, they come in academic and trade publications. Most of what we do with marketing and company industry research is trade publications, and good selections of those are going to be in Business Source Complete and ABI Inform. So these are the recommended resources for trade publications. There are others, but these are really, really great. And then we use Factiva to find the latest information on a topic. Factiva is a phenomenal news source. It has, I think, 40,000 or more publications international, and you can search it back to 1984. So again, thousands of international publications. I gave you just an example of the type of search that you could try. We use Boolean search. I'll talk just a little more about that in a minute. But when you're in a library database, you want to construct these searches using these connectors such as OR and this will help to refine your search. This is an example of the search that I did in Factiva. I'm focused here today on the Starship delivery because we have those cute little guys on campus, and they're fun, and that was my opening slide. I thought we'd see what's going on with Starship these days. And this will give you an idea of the types of articles that you can get in Factiva. So they're calling it unmanned delivery vehicle, market growth, and I can give you a hint that it's expected to be pretty good. With pandemics in the world, this is a good way maybe to get food and necessities to people. So now we're going to take a look at my research guide. It's infoguides.gmu.edu/business, and this is where I have organized all of the resources that I'm going to show you today, but we'll take a look at it. So infoguides.gmu.edu/business, you can go directly to this page and you will find information about company databases, industry, market share, international. I have lots of ways to help you on this page, so you can check out all these things. And then value-added fun and useful stuff. I like to show this because these are things that are available to you as a student here at Mason that I think are important for you to know, such as Rosetta Stone. You can learn one of 30 different languages. And a reminder that all of our library resources are free to students and faculty staff at Mason. So we're a library and we're not here to sell you anything, but I am here to encourage you to use these great resources while you're here. I'll show you the news resources. Again, I'm in the value-added, fun and useful stuff. I just pulled some links so that you could get an idea of how to access the Post and the Wall Street Journal. The New York Times we have a subscription to, and these are some others, Financial Times. You can go through this list and access all of these phenomenal resources for your research. It's another list for you of some of those publications that you can find in the Value Added tab. So you can see all of these nice tools that, that you can and should be using while you're a business student. Harvard Business Review, we do subscribe to that, but they will not allow us to make the cases available to students. So be aware that, unfortunately, we have no way of getting the case studies to you. So here we go with the industry and market research resources. And again, these are all on my research guide that I just showed you, but these are some of the ones that I want to highlight. There are quite a few more, so be sure and check out everything. IBISWorld is probably our most powerful tool. It has really extensive industry reports. And BizMiner is, again, we'll get quite granular. We'll take a look at that. And Mintel and Statista. Mintel for consumer research, customer sentiment, that's type of stuff, and Statista is a good place to get information on brands instead of the company, the overarching company. So these are the ones you want to keep in mind and check out. Mintel provides reports for the top 14 U.S. business to consumer categories, and when you go into the database, you'll see what that looks like. Market sizing and segmentation. And attitudes. So in marketing, especially consumer attitude and trends are very important. So this is just an example of the types of reports that you can get in Mintel. This one came up with, we were looking at footwear, and it includes the impact of COVID-19. And you can think a little bit about what you think might have happened with the pandemic as related to shoe sales. But I'll leave it to you to look that up and see. BizMiner. This is a reasonably new library database. We purchased it because it really gets very granular with the industry level. You can drill down to a very fine industry level with BizMiner. So this is what the login page looks like. I chose local messengers and local delivery. This is the industry code 4922 in the North American Industry Classification System, because again, I'm going back to my Starship delivery, and this was the industry that I chose as appropriate for Starship. And there are many other reports that come up under what would fit in this screen, but we mostly are interested in industry market trend reports. So going into the report, you'll see a table of contents here. This gives you an idea of the types of information that you'll find in BizMiner. So I've clicked into this report now, and again, local messengers and local delivery, and you can go into this. These are links to the various sets of information that that are contained within this report. This is a little more refined on this side. So either way is going to give you all of the information in this particular report. So you can go in, get an idea of who the market share leaders are, market volume. There's lots and lots of information in this terrific BizMiner report. And it will also let you search on a local level as well. IBISWorld, I mentioned, again, automated guided vehicle manufacturing is what they're calling this particular industry. So you can look at the types of information, again, it's somewhat similar to BizMiner. The difference with this one is I believe the reports are a little more extensive, although they're not as granular as those in BizMiner. So two different types of information or types of delivery for this type of information. And then Statista, I mentioned, they're calling it autonomous delivery or robot delivery, and I use these three examples to show you that different resources will call things different names. So you always want to be kind of thinking a little bit beyond your initial thought when you're searching for stuff. So projected market size, this particular resource, again, this is a library database. They're projecting through 2030, and it looks like they're projecting very significant growth within this industry. And then here's another Statista report that I found, and they're talking about autonomous world, and there's our guy here in the middle, Starship Technology. They're calling him a droid. So, you know, again, open mind will get you the most results. Just be thinking constantly about other ways of saying what you're looking for. And Passport GMID, which is the international resource, it also has U.S. reports, but as the name would hint, it is probably Euro-focused, but lots of other information as well. So 26 industries, 80 core countries, macroeconomic data. This is a phenomenal resource. I hope you'll check it out. And then trade publications, again, back to the articles in the library database. A great place to find some of the missing pieces that you're not going to find in Mintel, IBIS, those types of report type databases. So you want to go and look for articles. And we're talking about trade publications. That's publications that people within the field are actually using. So food management, I chose this one because they had a report on our robot delivery service. And this article is about George Mason University, first ever robot delivery service to integrate with campus dining. And I found this in food management. So you can read the article. You'll have the link here. Okay, so yes, trade publications are very important. Boolean searching, I mentioned. I'm not going to really have time to go into this now, but this is a chart that gives you an example of ways to construct a search. When you're using our databases and looking for articles, you want to think about these connectors and how you can structure a search. So industry and music, for example, will only give you articles that are talking about probably the music industry. Other ways of saying, very important. I think I'm starting with the word company, but you might want to think of other ways to say company, okay? So just something to kind of think about when you're doing your searching. And I do have additional resources if you really want to jazz up your Boolean searching. And so here's my final slide. This is more help for you. You can get back to my research guide. Hopefully you all remember how to get to the databases from the library homepage. And again, when you go into the databases, you're going to get those links on the top of the page by going alphabetically to the ones that you want to use, or you can browse through business. In my Boolean search tip. And finally, I'm very happy to work with you. If you'd like to make an appointment with me, I encourage you to do that before you start to struggle with your research. So again, I'm Joanne Henson, the Business and Economics Librarian. I hope to meet you soon.